Welcome to The Dark Side with Verity, a podcast where we dive into all the real and raw transformations made possible through breathwork. We all have a dark side, but it doesn't need to be heavy. And this is why we share stories to bring in the lightness, to lift the load so that we can all feel a little less alone and know that our stuff doesn't define us. And we move through this lifetime with more ease and grace. Let's dive right in. Welcome back. Let's begin with our breath. Close your eyes, get settled. And let's take a few breaths now. So a big inhale into the belly. Take it all the way up to the chest. Relax your shoulders back as you gently exhale. Let it all go. Let's do a couple more. Breathe it in. Full breath, the biggest one you take, and then release. Let it all go. Let's do one more into the belly. Feel the lower belly rise. And then sigh it out. Welcome. Today we're talking about regulation and decision making. I know. Two things that definitely go hand in hand. And yet we spend most of our time trying to push through life and quickly decide all of these things and then wonder why we can't. We move through life pushing our way through, trying to quickly decide and make all these decisions when we're unregulated. It's wild to me that we race through life sometimes stressed with ourselves because we're not making decisions quickly or we're indecisive. Reality is all we need to do is regulate our body and it becomes easier. Yet in those moments, sometimes we just keep trying to push. And that's why it feels hard in our body. Vidya means clarity. And this is why I started this whole process, is because I wanted to feel happy. I wanted to feel clear. And I needed my nervous system to be regulated. Coming out of grief, it was this insane space where I was dysregulated for so long. And I probably prolonged that process by numbing myself. Like, when I look back, I just think, wow, I went to such extremes to, obviously I wasn't conscious of this, not feeling, from all the unhealthy habits to the extremely positive habits, just extreme everything. And now I really focus on not being so extreme. And it's still trial and error. But I know now the tools, and if I just come back to them, I'm good. I'm still human though. It would be weird if I was zen all the time. I would be probably kind of boring. But clarity disappears when our nervous system is overloaded. And this is really important because if you don't know what regulation feels like when you're stuck in a grief cycle, when you're stuck in unhealthy relationships, a job you hate, whatever it is, if you don't know how to regulate your body, you're just going to be in this chaotic mindset. And people will ask you to, what do you want? And you'll go, I don't even know. So it's nice to know what you want. And then you can manifest it and call it in. Simple, right? So if you've noticed that decision making feels harder than it used to, not just big decisions, but the small ones, what to prioritize, what to respond to, what to say yes to or no to. It's tempting to assume something that is wrong with you. It's kind of like our easy way out, like, oh, it's me, that's just how I am. In most cases, clarity hasn't disappeared, your capacity has. And we can work with that. In this episode, I want to talk about how the nervous system affects decision making, why clarity collapses under load, and why regulation is often the missing piece. And people keep trying to solve their problems with strategy. Decision making is not purely cognitive, it's state dependent. We're taught to believe that better decisions come from more analysis. Yes, it's good to have feedback and understand, but when the nervous system is activated, access to perspective narrows. So under stress, your brain prioritizes speed over accuracy, certainty over nuance, and relief over alignment. So, is it making the best decisions for you in that moment? Or when the nervous system is under pressure, the body isn't asking, what's the best long term decision here? It's not thinking about future you feeling calm and safe. It's asking, how do I reduce the load right now? What is my instant relief? This is what we call decision. When the nervous system is under so much pressure, this is when bad decisions happen. A huge example for this is drinking. There are so many times where you could go out and you feel really good in your body, you feel good with your life, you're calm and you can have 2 drinks, maybe 3, have a bit of a dance, and you go home feeling amazing. There's other times where you've had a really stressful week, you've been bombarded with all of these tasks that you need to do, stuff is going on in your relationship, in your home, whatever it is, you've had a fight with your partner, then you go out and have those 2 drinks. Your body, when your nervous system, it wants to release the stress, the load. So instead of 2, it's like, let's have 20. Let's make that bad decision. Generally, it's not intentional. Your body just goes, how do I cope now in this moment? By drinking copious amounts. And look, we all know that that doesn't work out for the next day or days the older that you get. But all of this can be avoided if you know your nervous system, know your body. You can just not put yourself in those scenarios, or maybe the times where you are feeling really stressed, you say to your friends, 1 is my limit tonight because it's going to end bad. Decision fatigue is often a sign of chronic sympathetic activation, which means your body has been in so much stress for a long period of time and it's exhausted. This is when everything starts to feel urgent. You need to make $1,000,000. You need to have a baby. You need to get married. You need to, whatever it is in your life, it's like the timeline pressure escalates. And when people oscillate between overcommitting and withdrawing, you're all of a sudden you're committed to doing something Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. And you've gone, yes, I can't wait to do all these things. And then the time comes around and your body goes, absolutely not. And you withdraw from all of it. That's when your body is in chronic sympathetic activation, extreme overwhelm, extreme stress. This is why when aligned opportunities come your way, they can too feel heavy. So this is more evidence that your body is not thinking clearly. You don't have clarity. You're not going to make the best decisions for yourself. So I'm not saying don't make any decisions in these moments, because if you're feeling constantly stressed all the time, then you're then thinking, well, am I never going to make a decision? No. What you need to do is learn how to regulate yourself in that moment. Give your brain, your body a little bit of peace, then make that decision. Because decision fatigue, it's not you being lazy. It's not a lack of discipline. It's often just your nervous system that's been asked to hold too much for too long. And unfortunately, that is so common in our life and world today. Dysregulation is really easy to spot if you run your own business or you lead staff or you lead your household, your family. It becomes really real and observable. Saying yes too quickly and then resenting, oh, I have to go and do that thing. Or delaying decisions because everything feels too overwhelming. You're like, I can't deal with it right now. Or chasing certainty instead of alignment. I'll just say yes to this job or this client because I need money right now. Your body is freaking out. Perhaps you start changing directions really quickly, not from clarity of going, okay, this is my path forward, but it's from pressure. Okay, I need to be here. I need to do this. I need to finish this. When the nervous system is overloaded, decisions stop being chosen. They're reacted to. And then on the opposite end of the scale, when regulated decision making feels good, where you trust your body, where you feel in your body, and you hear the coaches say, oh, it's a fuck yes in your body. It just, your body has that inner knowing, that inner peace that you just know because Your decision-making process feels quieter. You're not asking all of your friends. You just know on the inside. There's less urgency to resolve everything immediately. You start to feel a sense of flow coming back into your life. The ideal clients come your way. The holidays show up at the right time. You start to see all of your options can coexist without having to force choice. And when the body feels neutral or steady, it's not charged up, doesn't feel pressure. Regulated decisions don't always feel exciting. They feel clean. There's less adrenaline and cortisol in the body, and there's more trust. This is where in business it shows up so much for me, because strategy requires a nervous system that can hold uncertainty. Planning collapses when capacity is exceeded, and most people don't need a new plan. They need more internal space. Strategy doesn't create capacity. It, if you are dysregulated, can create more stress. Capacity allows strategy to work. They have to go hand in hand. I've tried one without the other. I ran my breathwork business all organically. As it got bigger and bigger, then I needed to bring in more systems and strategy, and all of that felt quite a lot for my body. So that was all well and good to have that, but then I became dysregulated of trying to implement it all. It's why I created the whole Business Builders, because it's a fully done for you system. Any service-based business this will work for, because someone like me who loves creating, who loves teaching, isn't necessarily in love with strategies and systems. I made it my thing for the past 2 years. I'm so happy to say that now I am out of it and it's launched, and I'm loving seeing people come in, because it's like a big breath of fresh air. Setting up automations and funnels to make sure your clients are nurtured is a whole new ballgame. And the world needs more facilitators facilitating. That's safely. That's my opinion. When you step into this role of facilitation and leadership, you're the one that sets the tone of your business, because dysregulated leadership creates instability downstream. If you have people working for you, your clients, they will start to feel the dysregulation. And that is an overflow of you. It's why my facilitator training is also lifelong. You can be in there forever, because I would rather you keep coming to the weekly sessions to continue to look after and nurture yourself. Leadership isn't just about having this big vision. It's about the state you bring into every decision. It is responsibility. This is why the work that we do inside Business Builders focuses on stabilizing capacity. It's not pushing for clarity. It's not forcing momentum, but creating the conditions where decisions can land without urgency. Your clients aren't going to feel pressured. They make an inquiry, they book, they get their notifications. They are sent into their lead nurture system. It's so relaxing and calm. I can say this now. It took me 2 years to create. It is wild to me that that's been the past 2 years of my life. It feels really spacious to now be here. So if you're in your business and you're questioning your clarity, your confidence, your leadership lately, pause before assuming something that is innately wrong and you're going to do a massive pivot. Because often the nervous system is just asking for support. Clarity returns when capacity does. And if you'd like to explore this work more deeply, the details are on all of the socials and in these notes, the show notes. I created this so affordably because my passion, as well as teaching breathwork, is watching people succeed in their own business and having their version of freedom. If you're about to have kids, it gives you space to be a mum. If your kids are grown and you want to travel, You have that space. This can be done anywhere in the world. If this is attached to another business or your coaching business, we're here to create space and then offer that to other people too. Having one person succeed isn't, no one wants to be at the top alone. You want to take your whole tribe with you. Have the best day. Bye. That is a wrap of The Dark Side with Verity. Thank you for joining and being here to support our guests as they move, shift and share through real transformation, sharing their stories from the darkest of places, allowing you to see their light. This is where the change will happen. You know the drill. Like, share, chat about it, connect with us. We're here for more and you know it.